Myself were doing a weekly shopping on the town square when I spot some new market stalls. They sell the usual stuffs like fruits, veggies, meats, etc. But one stall caught my eye with all sorts of goods under a wooden taboo. And there in the middle sat a shiny new Sega Saturn. I remembered playing some of my fave games on Sega like Sonic 2 and Streets of Rage. But what was odder were the games with it. There were 6 games: Nights into Dreams, Sonic Jam, Bug, Sonic 3D, Flicky's Island, Panzer Dragoon Saga, and Day Mysterious, Sonic Extreme. Now that were weird. Sonic Extreme were always a legend, never officially released. So maybe it was an early demo someone put on a disc, or maybe it was just some fan project. The game had a typical CD case, but instead of blank covers, it had actual box art, a rating, and even the back cover. It were like it was meant to be released. I asked the man behind the counter how much, and he said £79.99. Quite a steal for a rare system. I handed him the cash and rushed home to play my new games. After testing all DA games, only Sonic Extreme didn't work. The Sega Saturn logo came up, but DA game froze. I had a bad feeling, like I'd found some rare game that weren't meant to be sold. I turned off DA system and went to bed. Next day, I tried again and it worked. It loaded to a black screen with DA words Sonic Extreme in the middle. I picked single player and DA game began. The first level were a jungle-themed stage with a fisheye lens making everything look weird. Enemies were typical badniks with some new ones like a robot with 3 drills. The boss was a giant robot cat that shot lasers and bounced around. After beating it, Day Game went to Day Next Zone without a title screen. This level were a desert with pyramids and traps. The music were slow and Middle Eastern. New enemies included mummy bots and Anubis bots. The boss were a Sphinx bot that smashed the ground. When I beat it, the graphics glitched and the game went to Day Next Zone. The third zone were a winter wonderland with tri-drillers hiding in D snow. The music were eerie and the boss were a sad snowman that threw snowballs. It were easy, but the graphics glitched again after I beat it, and the game went to the fourth zone. The final zone were a space station with glitchy purple walls and black floors. All the enemies from the previous zones came back looking meaner. The textures kept changing and it was super hard to see. When I reached the second action's end, the screen went bonkers with glitchy textures and sounds. The game glitched and I found myself in an empty void with no direction. After a few tries, the game glitched again and took me to the final challenge. After finishing Day Game, all I got was a game over screen in red glitchy letters. No matter what I did, the screen wouldn't go away. It just stayed there, taunting me. I turned off the Saturn and put the game away, hoping it would stay hidden and silent. Every time I start the Saturn, it goes straight to the game over screen. It's like it's stuck in a loop, forever trapped. I hide it behind books and DVDs, hoping no one else will find it and understand its horror. And so, young subscriber, we find ourselves at the end of our tale. Remember, in the grand tapestry of stories, 'tis not always about the destination, but the journey through the realms of creativity. Keep thy quill sharp, thy wit sharper, and let not the shadow of ill will taint thy digital parchment. Forsooth, the art of Creepypasta is a dance with chaos, a jest in the face of coherence. May your tales amuse and confound in equal measure, and may you never cross the line into the dark lands of harassment or spite. Fare thee well, and let thy fingers be ever at the ready to spin a new yarn of bewilderment.